Good morning, students, parents, and teachers. Class of 2022, we did it. I first came to this school in 2nd grade, where I made some of my first friends at Twin Peaks. A brilliant innovator friend interested in 3D printing, who I would also have many fake fights with, Eric. A friend who reads more books than I can count, and also criticizes superhero physics with me, Aaron. A friend who was really good at soccer, and could also make me laugh any day of the week, Pedro. And finally, a friend who cared for all of us and would always support me in class no matter the circumstance, Jackie. In 3rd grade, I made a friend who ended up knowing everything about every sport and would also be one of the friends I spent most of my time with in band, classes, and sports, Josh. In 4th grade, I made a friend who is unbelievably good at basketball in every position, who would also be my closest friend both inside and outside of school, Isaac. I made another friend who is so intellectually gifted and would also be someone I could make immature jokes with all the time, Dawson. A couple years later, in 7th grade, I made a friend who has a shared passion with me for studying medicine, but also a friend who shared a similar culture and lifestyle with me, Sam. In 8th grade, I made a friend who was always able to find a solution to any problem and would always talk about video games with me, Otis. I made another friend who was one of the most responsible and hardest working students and who I could make jokes with, and his only response was always, "Shut up, Jack." During freshman year, I made a friend who had the most caring heart I've ever seen and would also be a snack dealer the rest of high school, Caleb. I also made a friend who was a naturally gifted athlete and someone who I could always make sarcastic jokes with, Elise. During sophomore year, I made a friend who had the nicest car in the student parking lot and would always be there whenever I asked for help, even if it was outside of school, Ben. I also made a friend who is so naturally funny and would be someone who I laughed with a lot during my last years of high school, Kevin. And finally, junior year, I made a friend who has a heart that never gives up, and when I went to any event with her, she would make everything 10 times better, Simone. We have built lifelong friendships here at Twin Peaks, but I feel much more comfortable saying that I've made more than friends. I've made family. I mean, we've survived a pandemic together, an entire night together at school, as well as Mr. Kerner's biology class. Some of us even managed to do the impossible, get above a 95% on one of Dr. Mo's assignments. We've gone through thick and thin together. We've spent plenty of time making fun of each other as well. And we've also spent a lot of time pushing each other to be the best that we can be. Growing up in this close-knit community, I've noticed that the very small acts of encouragement and kindness can go a long way and bring drastic change to someone's life. I remember in 7th grade, I had low self-esteem, and although student council had interested me, I couldn't see myself getting voted in. Well, when I told Isaac and Aaron, they told me to run and they would vote for me and encouraged me to fill out the application. I applied and I got voted in, and also every year after that. It wouldn't have been possible if I didn't have this small push from my friends. Small words of encouragement from teachers also go a long way. I still vividly remember the time Mrs. Sigow told me in Algebra 1, "Rohit, you have so much potential in math." And oftentimes when I'm sitting there struggling on my math homework, I'll remember what she told me. During the 2nd semester of junior year, I was falling behind, and Mrs. Mullen noticed during study hall, and what did she do? She spent her time helping me get organized and gave me advice on managing my time. She then told me, "Rohit, we care about you here," and that'll stick with me for a long time. This year, during the college application process, I was very stressed out writing my essays. I went to Dr. Mo and Mrs. Wander, who spent multiple lunches and multiple hours after school helping me edit, plan, and improve my essay, and I couldn't have gotten where I did without them. Every morning during school, I was greeted with good mornings by Mr. Yu, Mr. Bernard, Mrs. Wander, and many other teachers. Nearly every passing period, I was greeted with hugs by friends from the basketball or soccer team. Sometimes, I would hear someone yell my name from all the way down the hallway, and I would yell their name back. I've seen students encourage each other and promote kindness in so many creative ways, like leaving positive words on a sticky note and leaving it in front of the water fountain. Teachers, students, and every single person at Twin Peaks has contributed to the impactful community we have today. There was never a dull moment during my days at Twin Peaks, and it was because of these small, fun moments that made the community stronger. So we may not have the best sports in the district, or the biggest high school. We may not have the newest technology, and we may not have everything else that other schools have. But what we do have is a community that you cannot find anywhere else. A community that promotes love and peace and friendship, all through a classical education with the best academics in the district. We have teachers who we spend most of our high school years with. These teachers have been more like mother and father figures to us more than anything. I mean, we literally consider Mrs. Sig our school mom. We spent every day with these teachers, and it was through their acts of kindness and encouragement that showed us they really care about us and our learning. So I bleed green, white, and gold. I couldn't be more proud, yet thankful, to be part of such an amazing school with a vibrant community filled with outstanding people. Now we, the class of 2022, must carry the legacy that has been established into the real world. We must carry the 6 pillars of character: responsibility, respect, trustworthiness, caring, citizenship, and fairness in every aspect of our lives. No, the purpose of this speech is not to advertise for the school. The purpose of this speech is to show how powerful small acts of kindness in a community can change someone's life. These small acts of kindness are like snowballs that eventually pile up to become an avalanche. You never know how your words could stick with someone for life. So take every action with careful consideration. Maybe tell your friends or family how much you appreciate them. Or maybe compliment someone who does not receive many compliments. This is how we make the world into a community just like Twin Peaks. So thank you to the parents for being there for us every step of the way. Thank you to the teachers and staff who saw the potential in us and pushed us to be better, not just better students, but better human beings. And finally, thank you to the class of 2022 for believing in ourselves and working hard every day to reach where we are. Let's approach the future with a positive stance. It doesn't take curing cancer or landing on Mars to change the world. All it takes is small acts of kindness that spread through the community and eventually lead a kid like me to stand in front of a crowd during graduation to explain the impact the community has had on my life. So, my graduating brothers and sisters, let's take a bold step into the next chapter of our lives. Let's achieve success in our careers and remember what it means to be a loving human being. Thank you.